People here already. My word, that was quick. Everyone's on the ball tonight. Just cleaning my glasses. Nearly ready. Nearly ready. What's the first thing I see? How is everyone? It's nearly been a fortnight, unbelievably, since I've been on here. Coil Proby first. You were indeed Coil Proby. Well done. Bath second. Evening, James. Managed to catch light. Excellent. Well done. Brilliant. Excuse me. Unfortunately, I'm on a night shift tonight, so I won't be able to stay long. That's a shame, Pav. Not to worry. Evening, Lynn. One of my spanners. Andy Harris. Hello. People are just saying hello then. Yeah, there you go. We're all up to date. That didn't take long, did it? I've got one or two things to tell people tonight. There's one or two things on a list. Some's obvious. It may be obvious. James, evening James. Been a while. James Khan. Privacy Smith. Privacy Smith. Sounds a bit like Citizen Smith. I nearly had a vape on something then. I'm not going to vape on that. Not just yet. Shane, good evening, Shane. Evening, Andy. Still haven't messaged Andy. Sorry, mate. You know I mean to. I'll do it tonight or tomorrow. Promise. Okay. Sorry, I had a message come through there. I didn't know what that was. Coil Proby, good evening. Did you get your tribe? No, I haven't as yet. It's still somewhere here. Don't know where it is. It's still somewhere there. Where is that actually? I had it a little while ago. Don't know where it is. But yes, I have still got it. I haven't had it fixed, but I will look into that. Daniel, my elderly, low-ranking Volta shit remover. How you doing? This, for anyone who thinks that's a bit of an odd thing to say to me, I call Daniel. It's a bit of a Norfolk term, I thought. If you say hello to someone, they're like your old friend or something. You call them your old mucker. And apparently, when you look up the definition of my old mucker, like my old mate. It comes from a bit of an army thing, I think, but it means a low-ranking vulgar shit remover. So there you go. We didn't know that. Simon, good evening. Lynn, I said hello. Curly Chew, hi Curly Chew. I saw your reply on a tweet. That was good, thank you. And sorry for the late notice to everyone. Coil UK, good evening. No. Andy, no worries, normal 1 to 2 month lead time. Yeah, that's about right, Andy. It's about right. John, evening, John. Oh, we've got new thumbnail, John, by the look of it. Looks good. Vapors, bride. Excellent. Oh my word. Caninus Pucara. Have I spelled that right or pronounced that right? You vaping on a billet. No, this is the Bantam. It's like the half-size billet. Can't even see it. I haven't got a billet up here tonight. So, yeah, but no, not a billet as we speak. Gaping, unfortunate typo. Oh, right, okay, I didn't say. Oh, yeah, gaping on a villa. Yeah, I knew what he meant, so I just bypassed that. And hopefully I pronounced his name correct. Okay, website back yet. Right, Maffy. Thanks, Maffy, and good evening. Yeah, the website is back. If you're having troubles, just refresh the page. That should be okay, which is one of my announcements tonight is about the website, so we'll get to that. I think, how many people have we got? 28, 29, only 8 thumbs up. Come on, boys and girls, look, you can do better than that. Tina, hi Tina. Saying hello to everyone. Is that a new thumbnail as well, Tina? Or is that an old one? I'm not sure. Right, well, so the first thing I suppose is website. Let's, I think everyone's joined, we can always touch on it again later. Anyone who's looked at the website may notice it looks and is exactly the same. The upgrade hasn't happened on the face of it, but there has been work gone on behind the scenes. Now, if anyone is thinking, Mark looks well tonight, has he been out doing a lot of gardening? No, I have been on holiday, I'm not going to lie. So the idea was, because I don't get involved with the clever side of upgrading and the website, I'll have an involvement, but only as far as putting stock on things. I do all that, but not the real nuts and bolts of it. So my website guy was supposed to have all that all done or be doing it while I went on holiday, and come back to this new site which I could check and then go forward with. He didn't do it, but I'm not going to moan about him. Okay, so he's done a lot of work. It was very, very complicated. We're on Magento, and it's to go from Magento 1 to Magento 2, which is a right upgrade. They're basically different languages. You can't just import the things that you've got from 1 to 2. It's almost like, say, you're trying to bring in Magento 1 to Magento 2, and Magento 1's, say, in Polish, and Magento 2's in German, and some of the things are the same and some conflict, and he had a real problem with it. And it was almost like we could have sort of tried it and seen if it worked okay, but I'm not like that. Because I had doubts, I said, look, just flick the old site back up, and we'll wait until we are convinced that everything is done right, there's no issues, and then the second one, Magento 2, will be up, which should happen the sort of back end of this week. So that was a long, in-depth little story, but it's the truth. And some of you might have thought, well, he said he was doing his website, and look at him, he's been on holiday. Which I have, but I didn't also want to announce that because of break-ins, burglaries, etc. If I tell the whole vaping community I'm off abroad for a week and come home to wiped out shelves, that's obvious. So that's why I didn't want to tell people about that. But now I've been. I had a lovely time. Thanks for asking. What have I missed? Let's have a look. Nice box. Yeah, the Bantam's good. Show you inside. There we are. Takes the Borrow tank, an 18350 battery. You've got your up and down for your wattage here, and a little display at the top there. Yeah, it's a good little box. It's good. Excuse me. So have I missed anyone's comments? I'm just flicking back because I was doing a good evening, Keith, Grumpy Old Vapor, good evening. Webley Family Vlogs, good evening. Andy Harris, I've already said. AVC, good evening, Kieran. Anyone who follows Kieran, and in fact, if they don't, you should. I think I'm right in saying, Kieran, that you've done the review on the Purity tank. I think it went up tonight. Kieran messaged me and asked if the show was on, and he said he was putting I think it's already up. Did you say 7 o'clock? I think, Kieran, it went up, but have a look, give it a look. I've already done a review. I will be watching Kieran's, but I haven't seen it yet, so I hope he liked it. So otherwise I'll be telling people to have a look. It could be a damning review, but I don't think so. Knowing what I know, Kieran is a good reviewer, and I know what the tank's like, so I think we'll be alright. I'll take a flyer. Andy, did you go anywhere or not? I did, Andy. I went to Kefalonia, a little Ionian island in Greece. It was lovely. In fact, I've got a little picture here, which I'll just share that one. This was on the sunrise actually one morning. There you go. That's where I was, in a villa with a swimming pool overlooking the water. Very, very nice indeed. An absolute chill pill, which I felt I needed, to be honest. But Busby in Douse. Good luck in getting the website sorted. I'm enjoying the purity on a Mech Vape Smarter. Oh my word, Mech Vape Smarter pipe. I don't know if I've seen that one. I'll have to make a note of that. Vape Smarter pipe. Pipe. I still haven't actually heard about our pipe yet, so I'll have to find out about that. Oh, I'm convinced now that Kieran's review's okay. It's a great RTA. Yeah, everyone go and watch it now. Rickster, good evening. Right, Grumpy Old Vapor. What gear did I take with me? Well, that's a very good question. And if you speak to Tina, I think I actually annoyed Tina a little bit before we went, because rather than pack clothes and think, now what shoes do I want, what shorts, tops, blah blah blah, my whole focus was, what am I going to take? What am I going to vape? So, and you know, you think, well, what do you take? So, I think. Pav, I just read Pav's comment. Don't like a photo is taken in your back garden. I think we'll do a little competition. I actually took 4 items, but one, I'll eradicate one of them. I took, and it's still got this elastic band around it. Look, that was wicked, coiled, ready to go, dry in my case with Dovpo Ember 60. Okay. So I took that, but didn't use it, so it doesn't count. I used 3 devices, and I think I'll let people say, I've actually got, as people get them right, I've got a picture of them, so in Kefalonia. So I think one's quite obvious, you should get it quite quickly, so go on guys, start guessing, and let's see how long it takes you to get all 3. That'll be a good thing to do. That's the one oh right, Busby in the House. Yeah, it was the one you already emailed me. Yeah, I looked at that. It looked nice. Did look nice. I know exactly what you mean now. The pipe. Andy, you're paying yourself too much. Andy, I haven't had a holiday for 3 years, either in this country or out of this country. So I think I'd sort of saved that one up. Shane Foster, you're the first one to get it right, and Grumpy Old Vapor, you nearly got there. RPM. So hang on, let's get the RPM up there. Bosh, you got that one right. There's its picture of it. Rickster, no, I didn't. I did take the gate, as I say. That was all wicked up, ready to go. But that was like my 4th. I didn't ever use it, so we can't count that. Curly Chew, RPM, Billet and Morph. No, well you got one right, the RPM. Kieran, if that's his back garden, we're moving in with him. Oh, it was beautiful. Beautiful it was. Beautiful. Yeah, thank you, John. I wondered when someone would get... Oh, my word. You're all too good, aren't you? Coil Proby, Bantam Box. So you got that one. Bosch. And the True Tank. There you go. There's all 3. You've got it. Too quick. I thought that might... I suppose it was quite obvious. Quite obvious, but... Rickster, I mean the True Tanks, but oh right, okay. Well, so Rickster meant to put True. Yeah, I mean it was literally, what do I take with me? And I used, to be honest with you, I used that more than anything. With the crossbow inside, that's the crossbow. Actually, I want to test something. See if I've got this camera right now, because hopefully. 1 second, buzz that across. I should be able to, there we go, focus. So there's the crossbow inside. mouth to lung with its smallest, get me back in focus, with its smallest airflow on it. And yeah, I mean, what have I got this at? 12.6 watts. And I used this every night we went out for a meal. This is pretty much what I took because it fitted in my shorts pocket. Lovely. So, yep, and I enjoyed that. It was good. Got a red thing come up. Are we still live, everyone? Is everything still good? Yep, I think so. Spectre, how are you? Long time no see. Hello from the US. Was it the Danvote Diamond? No. Salford, good evening. How are you? David. In case if you just joined, David, I've just shown the pictures of what I took on holiday, so we can get rid of them now. They can go. 1, 2, and 3. Let's put this one up. I don't actually think I know what you... Slow down, chat. What's going on? Everyone's saying, yeah. I don't know why. It just came up with a red alert thing. So I don't know quite what that was. Busby and that. Any thoughts, Mark, on the Pasito with the RBA? I've been using one for a while. Stock coils. Nothing to write home about. But the RBA is excellent. Oh, yes, I know what you mean now. Is that the... Who makes a Pasito? Is that... Smoent? I can't remember. Someone tell me, hopefully. No, I mean, we've got for the Smock, this one, the RPM, turn the lights on it, you can see it. That's going to be coming with a rebuildable head. Perhaps I should have said, and once you guess the mod, you've got to guess the flavour I put inside as well. That would have got you all going. Spectre, good evening, hope as well. With all the trouble over there, hang on, Spectre. I think in the US you got trouble of your own, haven't you? Flavour bans. Oh dear, yeah. We're both countries. We've all got troubles. We certainly have indeed. Keith, let's put that one up. Keith, how much juice can you take on holes, Mark? Well, I don't really think there's much of a limit, to be honest. I took... Basically what I had was this in my little cabin flight bag, empty, but the coil, it was only just empty, if you know what I mean. The coil still still had some juice in it, so as soon as I landed, crafty puff. So that was in my bag, in my little hand luggage, in obviously a plastic zip bag. The rest was all in my case, and no one said anything at all. You know, there was no issues whatsoever. So I mean, I took in this. I had the blackcurrant, raspberry, and lime, which was lovely, especially over there. It's hot, so fruit is nice. But the biggest problem was the wasps loved it. So I didn't vape it. I mean, how many puffs have I done that now? 1,955. So actually, let's do this focus thing again so you can see. Let's get these in there. Now I've got it finally licked and sorted. He says. Go up closer then. No. Oh, it's gone off. Come on. Come on. Right, let's get the focus. There you go. 1,955 puffs. So, yeah, I didn't use it overly on holiday because obviously that flavour, I love the flavour over there, but the wasps liked it as well and were swarming. So I had Konapaka tobacco in this one, which they didn't seem to like that much, so that was handy. And in my True Tank, where is my True Tank? I'll pull that up. Oh, I didn't bring my True Tank up. Disaster. What did I do with that then? Thought I'd put it in my pocket. Oh well, I won't be vaping that tonight on the show. I've been using it all day. I had the mango, peach and papaya in there, which the wasps were also a little curious about, but not as bad as the raspberry. So yeah, sorry, I hadn't really answered your question, Keith, but I don't think there's really, as long as you're sensible. I took it all in. We're doing this now. Actually, that's another thing I need to mention. I took it. I'll mention it later. I took them in 10 ml bottles. Yeah, Smone is Smone Pasito RBA tutorial. Oh, there you go. Salford's done a tutorial on building the RBA. So yeah, have a watch of David's the Salford Vapor. Go on his YouTube channel. David again is experienced vapor. He'll no doubt tell you the pros and cons of that device. J. Jerry, any cheap... Let's put that up there. And good evening. Did I say good evening? Can't remember. Any cheap 18650 mods, small and compact, like the Pico. What have we got? Small and compact. There's one coming. It's not available yet. If you're not in a hurry, I will mention another one later. There's one that we'll be stocking. I won't tell you too much about it at the minute, but it's a company I deal quite a lot with. So I think that should be like a little stealth mod. I think it's going to be very nice as well. So as the expression goes, keep your powder dry. Lynn, I've got to put that one up. Enjoying the mango, peach and papaya and the Bakewell tart. Fantastic. Thank you, Lynn, for telling us that. And glad you're enjoying it. We've had quite a lot of success with it so far. People that have bought it, some have come back and bought more, and that's the best sign of a juice, I think. You know, you can if you hype something up, you can sell it once, can't you? Quite easily. But you know, it's when people come back for more. You know, that's the best thing. Are you stocking the Rave Mini, sir? You ain't got to call me sir, Jezza. I'm not a sir. No, I don't think we are. Sorry about that. Lynn, yeah, Kieran, Bakewell Tart is lush. Thanks, Kieran. Yeah, that's his review. Kieran's got to do a review of that. It's not up yet. It's up quite soon, I think, isn't it, Kieran? So, yeah, hopefully we'll see what Kieran thinks of it. He's doing, I think the rhubarb custard, the Bakewell, and the mango, peach and papaya. I think they're the three. I could be wrong. It could be more than that. Busby in the house. You didn't find any nice custom Greek mods out there, and I've always liked Gus mods and GP Paps. So yeah, it is a massive shame that they finished business. I didn't see a vape shop at all. Kefalonia is a very rural type place. It's not, if you want to go for shops and things like that and people, it's not the place to go. We just went there as a bit of a chill pill, a relax. So no, I didn't see a vape shop at all. I believe there was one. We were in a sort of very rural area, but further along the coast there was one, but we didn't actually end up getting as far as going there. Otherwise I would have had a look, because I did search for a vape shop. And of course you got the Ithaca Island just over, which I think you can get a ferry to, but we were only there for a week, so it wasn't perhaps enough time to do that. Rickster, what's Rickster put up? J. Jerry, Smot made one like the Pico, but with a trigger. iJoy made one as well, I think, for a nice single 8. I like the Tesla Y85 watt. Yeah, I mean, yeah, all good comments, Rickster. We used to stock the Teslas. I used to like them, but we did have an awful lot of returns, faulty ones. So bear that in mind. They may have been better now, but good. Good will look as using a Pico 25 for now and just wanting a second mouth along. Yeah, the Pico's a cracking little mod, and you got one of them, and you probably realise yourself how good they are. You know, you will do if you got one. I was lucky that one of my subscribers actually popped me this in the post and said, "Try it." You know, they're lovely. That always put me off, to be honest, when I saw pictures the screw bit for the battery, but having used it, it's nice. It's like a textured coating, works well, can't fault it. It's got the up and down underneath. Yeah, and there you go. I don't sell them, so so it's not all about me selling stuff. Coil Proby, put me on the stealthy mod list, please. Yeah, it's I think it's going to be nice. They're going to do two. One, I mustn't tell you too much. One's got a little adjustable side by side, so that no matter what the height of your tank is, up it comes level. And the other one, which is coming out before that, I don't think has that facility. But I've seen pictures, the design pictures, like a prototype. I haven't seen the final product, but they're not far away. Honestly, they're not far away. Kieran. Next review is ready for a pure DIY review. Then a certain person sent. Yeah, sorry, Kieran, I did. I sent short fills as well. But yep, good. And appreciate you doing it as well, Kieran. That's nice. Whether you like or dislike the juices, and that, you know, that's a personal thing. It's just nice that someone's still, you know, reviewing things like that properly. Congrats, Keith. What have I got? Oh, 8 months today, Keith. No Sigs, yeah, Keith. I've spoken to Keith once or twice on the phone. Lovely chat. No Sigs, 8 months. Well done. Soon be a year. Not soon fly. Jezza, I'm seeing more. Hang on, let's put that one up. I think that's quite a good comment, but for what I've started to read, I'm seeing more and more tiny 18350 mods on the market. Do you think this is the way vaping is going now? Old is the new. Yeah, I think what it is, Jezza, is the 18350 batteries have got better. So because they've got better, for mouth to lung setup, obviously you can go smaller. And I've also left my other little 18350 mods Luxem. There's the top end of it, or the bottom end for 18650 batteries. Yeah, so they are getting smaller, and mouth to lung, it's quite nice to have them smaller. But also, if you are off out, you know, I'm not going to lie, on holiday I had 2 batteries on the go, and also, actually, let's just take that off. Something that I'm going to be stocking, because I think it's been brilliant, is I bought myself one of these, X-Star, a charger. But what I liked about it is it takes 18650 batteries. So if you want, you can take a spare couple of charged 18650 batteries and you've got your portable charger. And it comes up with the charge on the side. Charge your phone, charge your e-cigs, charge anything. Absolutely superb for taking on holiday. So if you're outside and you, I don't know, watching a film or a YouTube review on your mobile phone, just plug that into your phone and keeps you charged. It's great. I really, really rate that. I mean, there are battery packs that, you know, you can buy, but I haven't seen many you can put a pair of 18650s in and swap them in and out. So really like that. Back to work. Oh, Pav, off you go. Back to work. And finish on the catch up. Thanks, Pav. Nice to see you as always. Later, Pav. Everyone's saying goodbye to Pav. And Grey Vapor loves his Pico Mega. think I'll probably go with the. Yeah, I mean, Rixter they are. Yeah, to be honest, the Pico 21700 still nice and compact. There you go. And Daniel, absolutely love my Picos. And I know Daniel's got nearly every single model they've bought out. Daniel's bought them, and it doesn't take too much working out who sent me that, does it? My old mucker. Latest path. Yeah, Aegis. Try the Aegis Solo. That's not a bad shout, Lynn. That's a nice little one. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Curly Chew agrees. Good shout. Yeah, it is. Oh, Aegis Solo. Yeah, Kieran as well. There you go. Maffy, I got the PB2 Great Charger. Oh, is that what it's called? PB2? What's next? It is indeed. See, everyone knows more than me these days. It's not fair. Maffy's got it as well. Great Charger. Yeah, I think I'll stock those because they are. Well, just that. It's just been superb. Nice little readout, so you can see how much is in there. And Busby in the house. My mouth to lung mech pipes are perfect size wise 18350, as you said, Mark. They've come on in capacity. Yeah, they have. I must have missed that one, Kieran. Sorry. I didn't know. Yeah, Kieran's reviewed it. So there you go. Anyone's got any queries about what it's like, have a look at Kieran's review. And Salford. I've just purchased an 18350, 18650 semi-mech tube called the Martian. It's a nice bit of kit, bored like the Luxem. I haven't seen that one, David, so I'll have to have a look at the Martian. Oh dear. Let's have a look at this. I've just got bored with vaping, so I use my Hog V3s and Asgards, and lately I've just taken the Rage Squonker and Jenna RDA out and about. Bored with vaping. There's a lot of people at the minute saying they're bored. Bored with vaping in general, about its progress, about all sorts of issues. I kind of get what they mean, that we have been through a bit of a funny time. There's been a lot of pods as well, which will bore a lot of people. I think we were so lucky a little while ago that we had all this new innovation coming really quick. We had the Squonk mod phase and things of that sort. And I guess nothing is happening a bit like that, but I'm not bored with the vaping industry, so, and I've heard one or two people say, I think TVP said he's bored, there's nothing happening, it's all boring, same stuff, just a recycle of the same. But we have to go through a bit of that, and even the smallest changes can improve a product dramatically. Like, how many mouth to lung tanks have we had this year? I mean, how much innovation went in that little thing? Quite a lot, I think. So, yeah, let's not get too bored. Let's give it give it a bit of a chance. Nice to see Mark and Chris kiss and make up. Silly buggers. What's that all about? Yeah, Solvo agree. I picked up a Vicious Ant Mech 18350 for a song. Yeah, and there's some some older 18350 mods that now you can put better batteries in and you're away. Oh God, that's so read. Mark, now Tony B is endorsing every other vape manufacturer on the planet. Do you think those celebrity endorsements are worth it? Or are worthless? Or is it about them making money? Yeah, I touched on this, Jez, 2 weeks ago. That it just, for me, I just get annoyed. When... Did I miss a new product over the last 2 weeks, by the way? Has Tony B put his name to something else? He's not designing these products, so it's why do it? I guess I know why they do it, so they sell more stuff. But that endorsement is bugger all to me. It's not, let's go TVP again. He designed the FP. The FP got produced. He put his name to it. He signed some boxes for people. That's what that's all about, really. Not just saying a manufacturer saying, "Oh, we've bought out a new battery mod. Any chance can we have your signature and your endorsement for it, and we'll pay you 50 cents on every sale." To me, it's just taking the mick completely. It's a cash cow. That's all that is. And yeah, I think he's losing a bit of credibility. Well, a lot of credibility, in my opinion. It certainly is off me. I've got less and less respect for someone who just wants to keep putting his signature to things. So that's my own personal opinion. See, I'll come back off holiday an outspoken, opinionated person. What about that? Thumbs down to follow. What else have we got here? Well, the industry. Yeah, I mean, the industry's the industry. So we keep going through. We'll have good times, bad times in vaping. At the minute in America, of course, they got the flavour ban. That's a bad time, isn't it? And hopefully they will realise that banning flavours isn't the issue. And they've got all this thing at the minute with people dying with vaping, and if you want to put THC in a vape and vape it, you can't blame any manufacturer for that. Blame yourself. You could have said no, and don't buy dodgy stuff off a drug dealer. Do you know what I mean? Buy e-liquid with batch numbers that's made properly from a respectable source. So that's my opinion. I think sometimes no one wants to own a problem, do they? It's like it's always someone else's fault. Well, it's not someone else's fault. You bought some dodgy stuff from a drug dealer, in my opinion. God, opinionated again. Curly Chew, I used the top side, so the Aegis felt quite light. Yep. Kieran has a big can of worms. In the can of worms with Tony B Project. Yeah, the new can of worms by Tony B. Let me have a vape. Generally series boxes rather than tubes, parallel boxes. I think that's probably talking to someone else in chat. Coil Proby. Let's put this up. It started with I agree, so I'll put that up. There's less confrontation then, is there? I agree, not bored, but maybe feels stagnant, but getting G into me is again and enjoying it. But getting G into? Sorry, I'm not sure I'm quite with you, Coil Proby. Sorry. Is it me? But getting G into... No, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm being thick. But yes, but it is. It's more stagnant than it is boring. I mean, what frustrates me is we got this, okay, this new smock, which I happen to think I don't like pods, but this is good. And I think that's what we've all been waiting for, a pod with adjustable wattage, with decent coils, with an RBA head to come for it, something we can take out. And what's happened at the minute, we can't get it in the UK because it hasn't passed our TPD laws. But they've got it, it's all over America, and I don't know, but you can probably buy it off Chinese sites, which really annoys me because I want to stock it. I don't want English guys buying from China. To me, we should support each other. I should be able to offer you that product to buy from me, but not just me, other companies in the UK. So that's a bit frustrating, but I also get the fact that you as individuals want to get it as quick as you can. I get that. I do get that. So yeah, a bit frustrating. I think Daniel's gone on about the Jackaroo. Yeah, I've got the Jackaroo somewhere. I think it's up there. That is quite heavy, Jackaroo. Rickster, Jackaroo is heavy. Busby in the house. Have you seen the EVL twin yet? No, I haven't. I haven't seen that. I've had the EVL mouth to lung. Kieran, probably 5 products whilst you've been. I reckon he's probably signed the paperwork on another 5. Kieran, he's talking about Tony B again. Is it unfair to pick on him? I don't think so. I think he's brought it on himself. Tony ran out of pulse money. Michael, good evening. He's just in from work. Good to be here. Good to see you. Good to have you on the show. How far? Oh, not that far behind. That's good, because I have got some other bits to tell you. Bob the Backyard... What? Bob the Backyard Spice Dealer says thank you. Really? Drug dealer, Michael Sheridan, drug dealer not following the law. Who'd have thought? Yeah, I don't even quite. I never have been into. I've never even done like the weed route. Do you know what I mean? So it is alien to me. But to be honest, I don't know. I think I've summed it up. If you're going to buy stuff from some bloke on a corner street and he says, try this, then surely doesn't your common sense say to you, what is it? What's it all about? And is it legitimate? Is it made properly? Does it got decent contents? It's bizarre. Andy Harris. Yeah, you're right, Andy. I've just started to read that. Apparently the problem is vitamin E acetate. It's an oil base. Zor went into it earlier. It turns back into an oil in the lungs. Yes, it does. And I put a link to a YouTube video, a very good one by Big Clive, I think it is. It's on the Facebook page, and that I put, this man's talking sense, and it's worth a look. And I've had a couple of people already say to me, one guy I saw today, and he went, and he's a vapor, and I supplied his he's still vaping the Mini Pro with one of my little Pro Coils in there. And he came striding over today, and he went, this thing you sold me is killing people. What's it all about? And he was really quite grumpy. And it then took me time to explain to him what that was all about. But the headlines have been vaping kills. No, vaping doesn't kill. Idiots kill. So, yeah, there you go. It's just all this clickbait, if you like, and these punchy headlines. They don't realise what damage they're doing to people in the industry, and false information, leading people incorrectly. That's what's not good. Chesa. Apparently, Tony B has endorsed Corbyn, Johnson and Farage and is waiting to hear back from the Lib Dems. Well done, Tony B. Well, the Lib Dems are just doing what makes everyone happy, aren't they? I think something like that I read today. See, grumpy old vapor. He got his RPM in the Philippines a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. And Rickster, the 2 mil law is absolutely ridiculous. Good job with bubble glasses. Yeah, and I agree. The 2 mil law. What a stupid law that was. Really, idiotic. But laws are laws. We find ways round them. I mean, I did envisage. I haven't got one here anyway. At one point, whether I was going to have to sell bubble glasses as tank stands and just say, "There's your stand for it," which happens to fit as well. But they don't seem to be clamping down on it too hard. But I mean, the new Dovpo Blotto, what does that hold? It says 2 mil, that holds about 4. So how did that? Well, it hasn't passed any scrutiny, has it? Really, it's just made it through the net. The EVL twin is. Let's put that one up. Busby in the house again. Twin is the same design as the last one, but takes Aspire coils with it, inserts for the coils to make the tight draw. All right, I'll have a look at that. The Aspire coils, of course, are good, very good coils. Nature Vape, was that relating to spice, THC, pod stuff? Sorry, I think I've covered that enough. I'm moving on. Jezza, stop it. Behave. But Tony B again. If you can see chat, you can read it. Follow demand from his bank manager. Jim Minion, welcome. The problem is the prohibition that creates black markets and corporate America cannot have enough money. Yeah, it is, and it is laws like, you know, they're going to come out with that. They will force vaping underground if it's like this flavour ban. You know, how can you really ban flavours, because they're food flavourings as well, can't they? So, how can they really do it? I suppose it's just on sale, but all that does then is force it underground for people making non-sort of registered juice. That's what will happen. But, you know, perhaps they need to, you know, well, they should be talking to someone with vaping knowledge, not just go off what they think is right. Big Clive Live from the Isle of Man. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that was the one that I put on my Mr. Beard himself. Love his channel. It's a great channel. Big Clive. Yeah, he sort of, he'll buy an LED light and strip it all down and tell you what it's made of and stuff. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, and you're right. How do you pronounce your name? Tim Fenn, I suppose. Tim Fenn. The Z is silent. That's what I'm going to say anyway. I'm perfectly happy with the TPD compared to the other option. Could be the BS that's going on in the States. Yeah, exactly. It could be the TPD isn't perfect, but you know, we all recognise there have got to be some regulations. But yeah, and Daniel, he's. I don't even know what he's on about there, but I think he's talking about Big Clive. He's addicted to his channel. Jezza, will the TPD laws be revoked if we ever leave the EU? Wasn't it a European directive in the first instance? Yeah, but in Europe they haven't adopted the 2 mil tank capacity. We did that, didn't we? So yeah, I don't know the answer to that. I guess, you know, if you think about all the laws, initially, I would think we'll just keep those laws and they'll get changed afterwards. I would have thought, you know, otherwise I can't. You think about how many laws have got to change and how long we've been in the EU. And yeah, Rickster, they do have it worse, the US. Right, I think there's a video of Big Life that I've got to watch. Kieran's obviously seen it as well. Salford, Mark, don't forget the 2 mil tank limit didn't have to be adopted in law. The Germans didn't. No, it is. Well, I've just said that, David, and you're quite right. Yeah, the 2 mil law was nothing. It's not part really for Germany, is it? So it's not just Europe. And Jim. Put that one up there. Jim, I DIY liquids for myself. It may become the future here in the States. Yeah, it's going to have to be, isn't it? If you like raspberry, blackcurrant, lime, for example, and that is what you enjoy vaping. I've got a fly in here. I dislike flies with a passion. And you can't buy it over the counter. What's that going to force you to do? Make it yourself. It's got to, hasn't it? It's obvious. So not everyone. I mean, with some people that vape can't stand tobacco flavoured vaping. So why is it right to inflict that on people? I just live and let live is what I say. That's how I've always been. But there, I know we need laws. I do know that. Let's put this one up there. Oh, TZM as the letters separate, Finn. As the letters separate. I'll just call you Finn. Finn. Also, I'm sure after UK leaves EU, TPD won't be their first priority change. Yeah, so we can wait up years before yeah, I mean there's a lot to change. That's a small, very small part of what they've got to do, isn't it? The TPD. So, yep, I agree. The one thing that does alarm me though is we always, when America makes a law, we tend to adopt that. We tend to look at them as a leader, if you like, or leading the way in some way, and we will look at that and can follow sometimes, and I'd hate to think we were ever going to do that. Busby in the house. I have a horrible feeling that FDA and USA will go down the route of only allowing certified vapes and juice that will surprisingly only be the ones made by tobacco companies. Could well be. It does make you think that if we were paying taxes on this, they might not be quite so strict. Well, of course we are paying taxes. We're paying income tax, we're paying VAT, we're paying all sorts of tax, but not the kind of heavy tax that they were getting from fags. Curly Chew. Just regulate the juice like TPD and tax the hell out of it. And the politician can win seats in Congress. US government becomes sustainable again and from failing tobacco sales. Yeah, it's an interesting concept. I don't know where I was. Here I was. We'll keep the market tied to big tobacco and government will be happy. Yeah, it's big tobacco. Salford. Let's put David up there. He gets all bitter and twisted if I don't put his comments up. He's old and grumpy as it is, so I don't want to encourage that anymore. The TRPR will be looked at again, but it's not a priority for government like some other laws are. No, that's right, David. You're spot on. It's in a way, this is going to sound bizarre, while they've had all this Brexit over the last 3 and a bit years now, that has meant that the country isn't really being led at the minute. Other priorities, health, mental health, all sorts of things aren't being, the country's not being run at the minute because this Brexit thing has just controlled or dominated everything. But on a plus point, they also haven't had time to bring in poxy laws that they may have wanted to have brought in, that, because they have to justify their position somehow, don't they? So maybe we would have had some absolute rubbish. So, I don't know. It's another way of looking at it. Got to keep... Let's keep positive. What's that? Cheers. Put that up there. Champions League on telly sponsored by MasterCard, Heineken. You can't have Heineken, that's an alcohol. You can't do that. PlayStation, you can possibly have that. Gazprom and Tony B. Am I getting the hint, Jesse, that you're not a fan of Tony B? That's just a little inkling I'm getting. Utah is now banning open systems. Open systems? I didn't know that. So open systems, you're talking about like an RTA or a dripper? Dripper, probably. It'd be a dripper. Well, that'd be a shame, wouldn't it? Jim, don't look to the USA as leader. We've lost our way. So I'm assuming, Jim, that you are from the US, and welcome. See, I knew I'd get a pick off David. I'm just a bitter old git anyway. You're not bitter. I need to check the Salford channel. Yep, yeah, Busby. Check him out. He's a lovely old fella, David. He's nice old. He plays the old squeeze box thing as well. So while I've caught up fairly well. Oh, Matt, that's what's Matt said. Let's put Matt up there. Evening all. Why are there so many good mouth to lung tanks coming out all at once? Got Cthulhu, Moulin, and mouth to lung RDTA and an SXK Lord RTA on the way. Could have gone for about. Yeah, there's a big choice at the moment. Big choice. Yeah, quite a lot of choice there. So near enough. Open system. Oh, refillable pod. Oh, I see. Really? What? So, again, that comes down to you've got to buy sealed pods, which can get controlled. Which, yes, you can see which way it's going, can't you? What else am I vaping on? Let's do that. I've been vaping. I showed you the smock that I've been on. You've been watching me on the Bantam. I've had the Purity, couldn't think of the name. I'm also on the True Tank, but I don't honestly know where I've put it. I was certain I bought it up, but maybe not, because I just need to. I don't need. This arrived. This is a company I've dealt quite a lot with in the past, and they've asked me to test this out. It's a squonk. It's a dripper. It's different, and I don't want to show you too much at the minute, but it's basically got. You can't see any names there. It's got an airflow adjuster which you'd screw down, but that leaves like I don't know if you can see. Yeah, see it against the background there, like a top cap. And this only arrived today. They asked me to test it and see what I thought of it. And as you open it, if you open it fully, which is all on the screw, that then, which way shall I put it there, becomes completely flat. And there is the big airflow. I can see the big airflow. Also with a silver ring around it. So on wide, that's open. What have I got this on? 0.22 ohm. No, I only set this up tonight. So I put a 4-core NI80 coil in here. 0.22 ohms, 45 watts. That's very, very, very open. Too open for me. But if you like it very open, yeah, good. Halfway. The flavour from this, it's a single coil and a postless deck. Flavour from this is stunning. They're going to get fogged out in a minute, so I better stop. But let's put it down a touch more. Nice and quiet as well. Give that a little squonk. And the liquid sits like underneath the plate. It's very, very clever design, but I want to play with that some more. I am in here. I know I'll have to open the door, I think, in a minute. So, yeah, very, very good. So there's more to come on that. They've asked me to test it and come up with anything that I feel, I would perhaps change. So, yep, we're going to look at that. What have I missed? Not too much. That's good. Everyone was watching me with the dripper. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably more mouth to lung at the minute. I've got the MF flavour, the blackcurrant, raspberry, and lime in there. That's good through that. That's nice. Keith, mouth to lung rules. Yeah, I mean, Keith, I know you've not been vaping, 8 months you said, I think, didn't you? True. Yeah, very, very good. also know that you've got a lot of kit for someone who's only been vaping 8 months. But have you always been mouth to lung, or did you? I think you have tried direct lung as well, but perhaps like a lot of people, gone back onto mouth to lung. Rickster. There's always a demand for mouth to lung. It's only really just started coming back after the sub-ohm craze. Other companies follow suit when they know they are selling, so it starts to flood the market. Absolutely 100% spot on, Rickster. And what's happened is, and I noticed that with the True Tank, that there was a couple of reviewers that just weren't used to mouth to lung, and they were struggling with it. Like, you know, I can't get it to wick, or I can't, because they were doing like the dam method or something like that. And we did have this, sub-ohm culture. I never, as a person or a company, really got into that. I know that there's so many tanks, and we saw Smok's new iteration come with like 6 or 8 coils within it and stuff like that. I never looked at that as my way forward. I did. I enjoyed things like the Aqua Master, the Futoon. I did enjoy direct lung tanks, but I've more gone back myself to mouth to lung. Jezza, Keith, have you tried the Geek Vape Flint? Very good mouth to lung and a tiny all-in-one tube mod. I haven't seen that either. See, all you lot know more than me. That's a chat between two, and Keith hasn't had a look. And Curly Chew. It's as though companies are really trying to perfect the mouth to lung to mimic a cigarette draw ready for flavour bans. I don't know about ready for flavour bans. I think some people as well are fed up with ripping through their juice, and mouth to lung is Borotank. What's that Borotank hold? About 5 mil, 6 mil, and that just that'll last you all day, won't it? All day. Matt Benson, Mark, are you heading up to Expo next month? I don't think I will be. I went last year. I got very drunk with MF. We had a great night, actually. I don't think I will. I'm not going to say no, but it's looking unlikely. Of course there's the Galaxies as well. There's been a lot of mouth to lung stuff coming out. And Keith, Mark, I do direct to lung and mouth to lung, but mouth to lung more. Yeah, and I think that's probably true of me. I mean, I do, like, I've set this up tonight. I thought, wow, that's nice. But when I go out, I always tend to take a mouth to lung, because I just think that's less. It's less ammunition as well for the people that have never smoked or vaped to go poor, because they all go poor before they've even smelt it, don't they? And you try and say that you eating a sweet would be as much as me mouth to lung in this, but so it gives them less ammunition. And Jezzy, direct lung vaping. Let's put that one up there if I can. Come on. Thank you. Direct lung vaping was fun for a while, but mouth to lung is more comfortable and enjoyable. Plus, my missus doesn't throw her toys over the pram if she can't see the telly. Yeah, and it is. When I sit in the lounge, I've got a little thing I do, Tina, every now and again. If we haven't said anything for a little while, she's fixed to the telly, I'll just direct lung and blow this cloud over her so it comes over her head and drops. So yeah, I get the 2 fingers for that one very often. That's rather cheeky, Daniel. I'm not even going to read it out, but I'll let everyone else read it. Just because you live in Norfolk, you get labelled a sheepshagger or something like that, don't you? And Keith, fed up with pod reviews big time. Yeah, and I mean, the last, you call it a pod, it's more of an all-in-one, really, isn't it? This smock. I mean, it got a tremendous amount of views, more than I would have ever believed. But yeah, as far as these sort of things, these sort of pods, they are just, there's so many. And Busby in the House. I started on direct to lung 3 years ago and discovered mouth to lung flavours suited me better. Never looked back. Bought a Heron. The Heron RTA. Yeah, that was it. The Heron. You did well to find one of those because they weren't being made, were they? 3 years ago, maybe just. But yeah, the Heron. I wanted one of those and I never could get one. So yeah, if you ever get fed up with your Heron, let me know. I think an introduction of Nick's. Yeah, oh yes. Very good point, Kieran. I think the introduction of Nick salts might have played a part in the more mouth-to-lung devices and the RTAs. Certainly has with the pods, hasn't it? The salts. I'm not a salt lover. I don't like Nick salts much. For me, they they make me sneeze for a start, and they tend to. I don't think the flavour is there. Mouth to lung is great for a crafty yeah, of course it is. Hold it in. Do you remember who's that snooker player? Oh God, he used to amaze me. Oh God, who was it? He's dead now. Died of cancer, I think, didn't he? He's very talented. This was years ago, but in those days they used to smoke and drink while they're playing snooker. I don't know why I can't think of his name. Someone will just tell me, it'll click. But he used to get his fang out, draw it right in his lager or beer and drink his beer, and the smoke never came out. Just mystified. I remember being quite young and watching it and thinking, where'd the smoke go? So yeah, stealthy vape at work. Higgins, Hurricane Higgins, that's who it was. Couldn't remember. Yes, possibly Charlie. SXK Integra in stock. Yeah, I would have thought we'll be getting some more. Yeah. And Keith finds it mouth to lung more satisfying. Oh, there you go. Someone's put Alex there. Thank you. See, you knew what I meant, didn't you? Good points for insult. They get me back. They get me back into the. So Jezza, you like your salts, do you? I personally, they're not for me. We all like different things. They're not for me. Grumpy old vapour. See where you start off, Daniel. In 1674, a chap in Norfolk discovered he could use the length of sheep intestine as a condom. In 1675, a Londa? What's that? I'm not sure what that means, really. Yeah, Alex Higgins, Busby in the House, thank you. Yeah, I got there on my own, but I may have needed help. I did ask for help, didn't I? And Daniel Hurricane Higgins, yeah. Thanks, Rickster. See, everyone knew who I meant just from that description, but I don't know what it is. My brain doesn't seem to work very often these days. I can't think of. I know who I mean. I can picture them. I just can't think of names. Oh, he didn't finish it off here. London improved it in 1675 by removing the length of intestine from the sheep. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Thanks, grumpy old vapour. Jezza, I use my Geek Vape Flint mouth to lung at work for a sneaky vape. I do enjoy taking a big sub-ohm device with me to piss off smokers. I've had to stand with them, doesn't mean I have to be able to see them. Yeah, fair comment. So, I think, what have I discussed? Website upgrade. I've discussed that. Hopefully by the end of this week, you will see some differences and changes in the site, and it should be quicker. Everything should be smoother and better. I've got some little notes here. Holiday. I discussed what do you take to vape, and yeah, that was a big thing in my head. What am I going to take, and what happens if, and I've got shorts on as well. It's quite stealthy. What will work for me? And yeah, it was for me. It's quite a dilemma, and I know Tina was getting frustrated with me that I hadn't thought more about clothes, etc. I think I've pretty much done everything on there. Apart from, they're not on the site yet. These flavours here, the True Juice, the short fills, we've got 10ml bottles of them. Which way is no good facing me, is it? So this one's mango, peach, and papaya, 3mg strength. I haven't focused in for that. Doesn't matter. So what I'll probably do is put these on the site. My thought behind this was, if you're going to spend sort of £15 or whatever on a short fill, sometimes that's a bit of a gamble for people. I know myself, I've bought them, it's just been a complete disappointment. So I thought, if I get some 10ml bottles of those flavours, put them on the site for a nominal fee, people can try them. If they like what they try, they can then buy the short fill, put in the next shot, and off they go. So that was my logic. Also, I thought, for reviewers, etc. Kieran obviously got the big bottle, but for reviewers, etc., they could try that flavour, YouTube reviews, and go from there. So, yeah, I think, that was my logic. So hopefully, some of them, I've also got the blackcurrant, raspberry, and lime. That'll fly in a minute, I'll tell you. Don't they annoy you? Big old thing just keeps flying past. I don't know if you saw that. And that's at the minute in the concentrates, isn't it? Where is it? Got it here. Yeah, raspberry, blackcurrant, and lime. So yeah, hopefully, just trying to give people options so they can try it. Sorry, Mark, but I've enjoyed your site being down as Helen, my other half, hasn't been spending my money. Oh well. Never mind, it's back up now. Let's have a look at that one. Daniel Lockridge finally got the billet box inside a bridge and good juice. Excellent. Well done, Daniel. Glad you like that. I get a lot of phone calls about the billet box, and a lot of people, they've watched my YouTube review or tutorial, and I get phone calls, and they just want clarification, and I guess it is quite complicated. Do you think of all the rebuildables that you can get for inside, and there's another one coming soon. We'll have another one here very shortly. More about that when it comes. But the crossbows on the site, mouth to lung, that's a little cracker. I like that. That's a conversation between two people. Yeah, so I was just basically saying I get a lot of phone calls, and people just want just a bit of guidance, which I'm always happy to do. And Jezza, I take the Mi One little all-in-one on holiday plus an older Spire Plato. Charge both with the USB cable, so no charger needed. Yeah, I don't normally vape things perhaps on an everyday basis like this smock, although I have used this more than I thought I would. So I wanted a mouth to lung, and of course you get on the plane, this is the biggie, that you can't have anything full of juice on the plane, even in a bag, because when you land the bag will be soaked and the juice is all leaked because of the cabin pressure. If you look at a packet of crisps when you take them on a plane, they blow up like the Michelin Man, don't you? So you just have to think. This gate was all set up, coiled, wicked, ready just to tip juice in, but I didn't use it in the end. I just had the 3, which I thought was enough. Review samples, Salford. David, I think you've already had some of my juice that I'm waiting for you to do the review on. Is that right? Just a straightforward yes or no will do. Always pleased to give you a sample, David, of my juice. Any flavour you prefer. Thanks, Daniel. If you've enjoyed the show, thumbs up. Thanks very much. Andy, our dog has his legs crossed, needs a walk in. Yeah, Andy, take your dog for a walk. They're important. We all love our dogs. I miss mine. Even just a week. Isn't that funny? Yeah, the flies after my raspberry. I reckon it is. They irritate me, flies. Lynn, Mark, that's a good question. Put that one up, Lynn. Mark, will you make 10mm in higher nick strength? I hadn't thought that far through. It's a good point, a very good point. I'll think about that one. I'll think about it. The trouble is, you end up with so much, it gets a bit confusing. But yeah, I guess that wouldn't be a bad shout, really. Probably to do 3mg and maybe a 9. 9 would probably be a good one as well, wouldn't it? So that I think if you're a mouth to lung vapor and you either do 6 or 12, you could probably tolerate a 9 to see if it's a flavour you like. I don't know if you agree with that. That would be my take on it. Oh, 4 thumbs up from Andy Harris. Excellent. I got a thumbs up. Where's that? I like my thumbs up. I can't find it. There it is. There's me thumbs up. He's a bizarre looking thing, he is, isn't he? Blackcurrant raspberry and lime. We'll definitely be trying that one. If it was a Tony P brand. It is actually. It was inspired by Tony P. No, it wasn't. It was actually inspired by Mike MF Vapes. We had a show with Josh from Jack Rabbit Vapes, and we said that we were going to make a new concentrate, and what we asked you guys, what flavours you thought would be a good idea, and Mike said the blackcurrant raspberry and lime is his tipple, and I thought, oh, that sounds nice, and we've done it, and it is nice. So yeah, good shout. So it's thanks to him. That's because I don't know. That I think it's between him and Kieran. I don't know. What's that? Oh, so don't give him on with it now. Yeah. Good night, John. Painkillers kicking in. Thank you for watching as always. Hang on, that's a different thumbnail. Where's your other one gone, John? You got two YouTube accounts. Tumbled, yeah. Yeah, Rick said it really is. It's not a flavour profile I'd have put together, but it really is nice. It's a real sort of refreshing type one. But I like the idea of 10mm. I'll be in touch tomorrow. Like, yeah, fine. Get in touch. Yeah, good. Right, well, I think everyone's saying good night. They're realising I normally go till about 10, but I think I've explained everything I really wanted to say. Unless anyone else has got any questions, I'm happy to go till 10. Oh, Kieran, come on. Keep it clean. I'm not reading it out. I'll just put it up there. I did. After I said it, Kieran, I did think, oh, no, perhaps I shouldn't have said that. Well, there you go, Jim. The Haku Zeta for the billet box note standing can go mouth to lung direct, does both really well. Guess what we've got coming? Nail on the YFTK doing them. They're coming. They're on the way. 9 mil, nice and white. Yeah, so there you go. You see mouth to lung 9. I'm about 9 milligram on my mouth to lung vape. Tina heard that. Look, she's laughing. No, Iggy. No, Iggy. It's not. There's no. If it is quicker, it's coincidence. The website. You obviously missed the early part of the show, and it was quite early. I discussed it. The website. There's been a lot of work done in the background, and we weren't convinced, if you like, that we'd got it right, and I'm not putting it up until it's right. So it's still the old one at the minute. The new one should come up at the end of the week, and it's gone from Magento 1 to Magento 2. While you're watching, Iggy, was it you who wanted that? The Nano, Engine Nano? I can't remember. Someone asked me if I... You can see I've used it. It's got a coil in it, laying in the bottom, look. Engine Nano, but it is all cleaned out. Yep. No juice smelling in there. Can't remember. But someone asked if they knew anyone who got one. They couldn't get one anywhere, so I have got one. Jess has got a farting French bulldog sitting on the front door. Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching, Jezza, and thanks for your comments. You've had a lot of funny comments tonight. Most of them at Tony B's expense, but that doesn't matter. I'm happy with that. Oh, that fly. And Busby, there's time miles out, Mark. Yep. Okay. Take care. No, I will. Let me write that down, David. Good point. And the LVS Martian Semi-Mech. I will check that out. Did you say you've done a review, David, or you've just got it? I can't remember. And Rick still love my OBS Nano. Very hard to find out. Yeah, I thought it was someone on the show a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it might have been Iggy, but I can't remember for certain. Let's have another go on this dripper. Yeah, that does work well. But I'll keep trying that one. That is nice. I'll cloud that old fly out. That's what I'll do. Okay, well, I think we've reached an end, and it's near enough 10 anyway, 5-2, isn't it? Near enough. So, thanks as always, everyone, for watching. Thanks for all your 35 thumbs up. Happy days. Thank you very much indeed. It's your contributions that is why I enjoy this. It's all obviously unpaid. It's there's no benefit to me other than it's nice to be in touch with reviewers that are on here and customers and non-customers, just people alike that with all the vaping interest. So thanks for all your... I've not done the review yet. I've got a bit... Okay. Double barrel V3. I hope yours works. You got wrong with that. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks for all your comments and questions. That it keeps this all flowing. We don't want to just sit here and look into space and vape, because that's boring for everyone. It's nice to have an ongoing chat. So until next time, hopefully next Tuesday, and hopefully I'll get another guest on fairly soon. I know I asked Kieran if he'd come back on, and I've got a couple of other people in thought for it as a guest. It's nice. I'm happy to do it on my own, but it's nice also sometimes to have a guest. So until next time, thanks everyone for watching. Take care. Bye.